hammering Barack Obama on just about everything that he could. Good strategy. Did it work?
Well, I think it's important to point out your past associations. I mean, it's like hiring someone for a job. This is the biggest job in the world, you know. It's very important that we look into the past of these, and, you know, if they're associating with radicals who are terrorists, I mean, yeah, I think it's important to examine that.
Did Obama deflect or explain properly? Maru.
Oh, I think he absolutely explained properly. And look, Barack Obama could have brought up the Keating Five. He could have brought up Todd Palin's association with the Alaska Independence Party, but instead he chose to focus on issues that matter to the American people, because at the end of the day, the Joe the Plumbers of the world are losing their jobs, they're losing their homes, they're paying more for health care, they're paying more for gas. Those are the issues that matter, not Bill Ayers.
Here now is John McCain deflecting. And he's sick and tired, it seems, of having Barack Obama compare him to George Bush. Here's how he responds. Let's take a listen.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago.
That was a pretty tough response. Terse, tough, in his place, and kind of put Obama backing up a little bit. What did you say?
I mean, I think it's a cute line, but he may say he's not George W. Bush, but he sure votes like George W. Bush. He's voted with George W. Bush 90% of the time. He's voted with him 4 out of 5 of his budget plans. So while he may like to use those cute little lines, the reality is, if you look at the record, he is very much like George W. Bush. And if we vote for John McCain, it's going to be 4 more years of the past 8.
Jade, it looked like he had that line in his head. He couldn't wait to release it, and he finally did.
I think he should have been saying things like that a long time ago, because it is true. He's not George W. Bush. He's not always stood exactly with George W. Bush. He is coming out with new plans of his own, and he's shown that he's been the maverick in the past. I know everybody hates when he uses that term so much, but if you know John McCain and you paid attention to him at all, you know that he works with both parties, and you know that...
It's interesting that you say that, because what happened last night was really a shift from what had been going on in the campaign. This is the first debate where John McCain actually kind of, as they say, got in Obama's face. It's the first time he was aggressive, yet his campaign and his ads have been, according to media analysts, very aggressive. Here's Obama saying to McCain what he thought he'd been doing with his ads. Let's take a listen.
Senator McCain's own campaign said publicly last week that if we keep on talking about the economic crisis, we lose. So we need to change the subject.
Now, there he is kind of getting in his face and doing the same thing he did to him with the "I'm not Bush" line. You know, he's basically saying, your campaign has been a negative campaign. Is he right to bring that out?
It's funny that he was talking about the economic crisis there, because for several weeks he stayed back and didn't make any statements at all and didn't take a stand while, you know, Senator McCain went to D.C. and got his hands dirty, and he wanted to work with everybody and figure out a solution. He didn't stand back and then see what the safe route would be to take. No, he jumped right in there. That's what Senator McCain has always done, and that's what we need right now.
Who has been most negative, and who do you perceive? I know who you're going to perceive, because you're for Barack Obama, just like you're for John McCain. But can you make an argument that the American people can look at this campaign and think one guy's been more negative than the other?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you have Karl Rove saying that John McCain has crossed the line, that means John McCain has crossed the line. It's not just the liberal media, it's conservative commentators coming out time after time after time saying that John McCain has been too negative. You had Michelle Lexall, a conservative commentator, the other day saying, you know, if this is the way the McCain campaign is going to play, the Republicans don't deserve to win. Bill Kristol said McCain's campaign should be fired. So
Bill Kristol said
this, so it's not just the liberal media. It's Karl Rove, it's Michelle Lexall, it's Christopher Buckley.
We got the picture. As a matter of fact, we showed that list just yesterday. Here's what else is important in these debates. It's not just what you say. It's how you appear. It's all the other things, the intangibles, they call them. Reagan had them. Nixon didn't. Which of these two candidates had that going for him last night? We'll talk about that and show it to you when we come back.